I literally just finished this video halfway and then my camera told me that I had an SD card error, so I have to start all over. But basically, if I look down, it's because I kind of wrote down what I want to talk about, and I'm actually just a little irritated that that happened because I was already like for talking for 10 minutes. But I'm someone who's alone a lot. I guess that's how I'm gonna start. I'm somebody who's alone a lot, and so I talk to myself a lot, and I feel like I have really good conversations with myself, and I wish that I was having these conversations with other people. But when another person is in front of me, I feel like I forget how to talk. Like, I don't articulate myself well when another person is there versus when I'm like sitting alone in my car. I have the best conversations with myself when I'm sitting alone in my car. My car is my safe space. Even now that I'm filming in my room, I'm actually like really insecure because my little sister's in the other room and I'm scared to death that she might hear me. But yeah, I wish I knew how to talk to other people so that way these conversations that I have with myself, I would be getting another person's input on, because it's usually that I have a problem and I'm trying to talk myself through it, but it's only myself talking, and so there's no solution that's ever made. And I guess the reason I started filming myself is because I'm hoping that someone just like stumbles upon the video and gives their input, whether it's helpful or not. I would just like another person's opinion. And I feel like I've tried YouTube in the past, but it never really worked out. And one reason is because I feel like YouTube, like, to get people to want to watch your videos, you have to have like really high quality doing the most videos. And I feel like that's with any social media. Like, I can't just like post, oh, I'm hanging out with my friends at the beach and then get people to follow my Instagram. And I feel like me posting the videos that I post, which is, it's usually just me talking. I'm just like some nobody in California, not even like the cool part of California. I live in Sacramento. People don't care. Like, you have to do like Kelly Wakasa, Mr. Beast doing the most type of videos. But I don't know, I'm like going through a crisis, and so I'm starting not to care anymore because I just so deeply want somebody else's opinion. So I'm just gonna post these how I want them to be, which is a conversation. Another thing that stops me from posting is at the ripe age of 24, I'm having like just major waves of insecurity where I hate the way I look, and I feel like I'm a boring person as well. And so the reason I also don't have these conversations both on YouTube and just with people out in the world is because I don't want anybody to see me. I'm going through like horrible acne in my 20s, and I am so insecure about myself that I don't want anyone to look at me. But it's like talking to myself all the time is like, it's getting so overwhelming that I need to push through. The conversations I keep having with myself recently, and a conversation I feel like I have with myself like throughout my life, like always when I feel like a major change happens, is how the life I live in reality doesn't match how I see myself in my head, or how I wish I was. The way that I am in my head is not the way that I am in real life. And so my reality is I wake up, I go to work, I come home, I eat, I shower, I go to bed, like 4 days a week. And then like the other 3 days that I have off is like wake up, shower, lay in bed, watch TV, stare at the wall, go back to sleep. Like, I don't do anything on my days off. And then in my head, the like delusions that I live in my head, I guess, or like the fantasy life that I live in my head, it's not even out of pocket. Like, in my head, I'm just someone who has hobbies and goes outside and is booked and busy and has a lot of friends. And I feel like something I've always wanted since like middle school, high school, is that I've always wanted like a following, kind of, I guess is how you would say it. I want people to care about what I'm doing. I want people to check on me. When I guess learned about social media, I always thought it was really cool, like those accounts that are just like fit pics and like just people speaking their mind, and for some reason people care. I want that for myself, where I just post what I'm wearing and everybody's like, yeah, that's awesome. Or it's like I post a tweet of just like a random thought I'm having and like people react to it. Like, I want a following. And another part of my reality that I really hate is that I'm a college student. And this is something I hate talking about, is college. So I guess starting off in high school, when I was a high school student, I didn't care about college. Like, that's never something I ever mentioned, ever. I never cared about what college I was going to, getting in, and I never thought about it. It's not that I was like, oh, I hate college, down with college. It's that I never even thought about it. And so, when I was a high school senior and I picked my major, it was based on what I was interested in while I was in high school. I'm a kinesiology major, with a concentration in athletic care. Basically, when I was in high school, I was like a major student athlete. Like, I played hella sports. I did soccer, cross country, track, tennis, girls football. Like, I did as many sports as I could, and it was like sports and exercise were like the main like circle of my universe. It was the only thing that got me out of the house. It dramatically changed the way I felt about myself because I liked it when people complimented me about like how good I was at the sports, and I liked how it like dramatically changed like my like appearance, I guess, because transitioning from middle school to high school, I had like this giant glow up. Like, in middle school I was like this fat little kid with like a little bit of acne, and then in high school I was really thin and I had clear skin, and I was an athlete, and so in high school exercise and sports was a big deal to me, and so I picked my major based on that. But none of that means anything to me anymore. I don't care about exercise, and I don't play any sports, and I'm about to graduate, and I say that all the time. I feel like I should have graduated 3 years ago, but I should be graduating this year. Only God knows if it'll happen, but I'm going to be graduating soon, and I don't care about my major. Like, I'm just passing my classes to get the paper and not actually caring about what I'm learning. And the plan, like the college plan that I made for myself in high school, was undergrad and then graduate school. But then I got to college, and as the years went by, my grades just started dropping, and I was realizing that in high school, like, how I never like planned this out until like the last couple months of my senior year. Like, I don't care about college. I don't care about the stupid piece of paper. I don't care about having a job in this field anymore. And that plan of going to school and then going to more school, it's like, it stresses me out to even think that that's something I ever wanted. It's also just like, it's taken up so much of my time. I think I've been in school for like 5 years, almost 6, 5.5 years probably. And my friends that tried hard and could afford college, they're done, they've been done. And then my friends that never cared about college, they never went. So they're not, I feel like I don't have anyone who's in this limbo with me of some people finished and they have their adult job, and some people have an adult job and they never went to college, and I'm just here stuck feeling like I'm still a little kid, because not only am I still a student, but I'm also still living at home with my parent. I feel like younger me would be very disappointed in how everyone was like, oh, you're done with high school, go to college. And I was just like, okay. Like, I didn't even try to figure out what I liked. They were just like, you're going to college now. And I was like, okay, I guess that's what I'm gonna do. I feel like younger me, like, yeah, college is good for you and all, but like, I didn't have a plan like ready to go, and so everybody was like, go to college. And I know that a major thing I wanted was that when I was an adult, I just wanted to be happy, and I wanted to be able to like help others. And I think that's why I picked my major, was because sports was something that like made such a drastic impact on me, and that I wanted to use it to help other people. But I don't think going to college was the right way to do that. I feel like I should have picked up some other type of skills to be able to help people. And yeah, I just feel like I'm a disappointment, like not only to like people outside, but like to myself. Like, I'm like kind of a loser. And like recently, I'm 24. Recently I've been doing a lot of things that have been making me happy. I went on a solo birthday trip to the Bay Area for my 24th birthday, and I like went out to fancy restaurants alone, and I went surfing for the first time, and I went to the Monterey Aquarium by myself, and it was like the coolest thing I'd ever done, to just experience all these things alone and to just really enjoy them and not worry about like if the person I'm with is enjoying them and stuff like that. It was really just me enveloped. And then I also have been hanging out with friends a lot more. I have a friend that whenever she does anything, she invites me, and so she took me to my first raves. We went to 2 together, and with that friend, I also went to a K-pop concert, which is my like second concert ever. When I go outside and I do things, I know that that makes me happy. But for some reason, when I like have my days off, I don't think, oh, let me go outside and find something to do. I just kind of lay here and be a loser. And so the reality of my life is I'm 24, I'm a senior in college. I don't really have any goals set up for myself for after I graduate. I kind of have like a dead job. Like it's just a job. It pays the bills and that's it. Like it's not something I love. It has nothing to do with what I'm studying. It's just a job. And I kind of feel like I'm just like going nowhere. Like everyone around me is like kind of just anticipating my graduation, and then after it, it's like it's gonna be just so lame because I'm gonna graduate and then have nothing going for me. And I feel like now that I'm 24, I'm starting to learn, I guess, like some other things that I enjoy, but I feel like I'm so late in learning what those things are that it's kind of too late to try and plan anything out. And I haven't had a plan for myself since high school. In high school, I was very, I guess it was because other people were controlling everything that I was doing, that in my head I was always making plans for myself. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to college and I'm gonna move out, I'm gonna be in a relationship and I'm gonna be happy and independent. And just when I was in college, I always imagined myself moving out of my mom's house and being by myself and independent and just happy and able to care for myself. And I feel like I haven't thought about moving out since I was like 19. Like I'm just so content in my like flop life of living at home and having like a job anybody could do and like having like a C average in school. And I was having this conversation with myself about how in my head I'm doing all these things and in reality I'm doing nothing. And I was like, oh well, I should just remember that I have things that I like and that I want to do, and I should just do them. And then I feel like when I get to a point where I'm like, oh, I should go and do this thing that I like, I'm too scared to try because I feel like I'm old. I'm too old to be a beginner. Like I like skateboarding, but I'd never really made it past like the basics, ollies and like 180s. And I'm like, feel like 24 is like a really big age to be at the skate park trying to learn how to grind, you know? And it's like I'm scared because I'm old and I wasted so much time doing things I don't care about because everybody else told me to do them when I was young, and now I wasted time and I'm old now. And it's like you should just try. You should just, now that you know that you wasted time, like stop wasting time and just go out there and try. It's embarrassing to be a beginner, I guess, but also I'm just gonna stay stuck and feeling miserable if I don't try. So I guess I kind of answered my own problem. It's just I need to just get over myself. I answered my own problem when I started the video, is that I'm insecure about myself, and so I don't really like to talk to people. But I'm talking now because I needed to get this off my chest. And it's like am insecure about starting because I feel like I'm old. But if I don't start, then I'm gonna be stuck here having the same conversation with myself, still being miserable. Younger me wanted to help people, and younger me wanted to have a following. And I guess what I mean by that is I want to have a presence that I feel good about and I feel like impacts others in a positive way. I don't know, I hope if somebody sees this and they might have the same like type of like, oh, I'm just a miserable flop and I have no goals for myself, that they see this somebody else feels that way too, and so they're like they're not alone, and that I'm realizing that I still have time to fix myself, and so maybe they'll realize that they have time to fix themselves. I want to fix my life in a way that I feel good about myself. I don't feel good about myself right now. I can like strongly say that I think I'm a loser right now, and everybody's always like, oh, it's just because you're a student, it's fine because you're a student. I don't even want to be a student. Like the only thing that's keeping me from looking like a complete loser is being a student, and one, I'm almost done, and two, it's not what I ever wanted anyways. I don't know, I just want to be happy. I want the life I live in my head. Like it's not an out-of-pocket thing. I mean, there are some out-of-pocket things in my head, like I want to be married to like Sana from Twice, you know? But like having hobbies and having friends and going outside and helping people, as soon as I get out of my own head, my own insecurities, my own fears, like I can go make those things happen. I just needed to say it, and I have this conversation with myself all the time. I'm always like, then just go do it. Then just go do it. Like being scared of trying, being scared of being a beginner, like that's so like corny and lame. Like nobody fucking cares. Just go do it. But then I forget and I like go back to rotting in bed and doing nothing with myself. I need to be like constantly reminded that I want more for myself. And even if nobody does ever see this, it's like I will have it to look back on and to remind myself I want to fix myself. I want a better life. I want to be happy, because I'm not. I never did my like goal of helping people, and I never built my presence and stuff like that because I'm so insecure about myself, and I'm so like just enveloped in my own mental illness that I forgot that like there are things that make me happy. I'm so used to being miserable that I forget I have things that make me happy, and I can get out of being miserable if I just tried.